Have you ever found yourself tirelessly chasing someone, only to feel invisible and unappreciated? Take a moment to ponder this question. It's a common narrative, isn't it? You pour all your energy, time, and even your very soul into pursuing someone who, at the end of the day, doesn't seem to reciprocate your interest. It's like you're running a marathon, but the finish line keeps moving further away. It's a painful reality that many of us face but rarely speak about. This isn't just about romantic pursuits, you know. It could be a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. It's anyone whose attention and validation you crave, but they remain indifferent, aloof, or simply unresponsive. You're left feeling desperate, unappreciated, and invisible. Now, let's take a step back and introduce a new perspective. Imagine a philosophy that can provide guidance in these situations. Have you heard of Stoicism? It's an ancient philosophy that has been around for over 2,000 years, yet its wisdom is timeless. The Stoics believed in self-control, virtue, and the power of rational thinking. They viewed life's challenges as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. So, how does Stoicism relate to this feeling of desperation we're talking about? Well, the Stoics would argue that it's not the other person who's causing your suffering. No, it's your own desire for their attention that's causing the pain. It's a radical shift in perspective, isn't it? But it's one that can help you regain your power and self-worth. So, let's explore this further. What if there was a way to reframe this narrative? What if you could transform this feeling of desperation into something else entirely? What if instead of chasing others, you could become the one being pursued? What if you could flip the script and transform this desperation into irresistible attraction? But what if there was a way to flip the script to transform this desperation into irresistible attraction? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches the power of detachment. Stoicism, a school of Hellenistic philosophy, was born in Athens during the 3rd century BC. It's a philosophy that has stood the test of time and has been embraced by thinkers, leaders, and celebrities alike, from Marcus Aurelius to Tim Ferriss. At the very heart of Stoicism is the belief that you shouldn't allow external events to disturb your peace of mind. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot. It's about understanding that the only thing we truly have control over is our own thoughts and actions, and not the world around us. So, how does Stoicism relate to our pursuit of relationships and attraction? Well, in the realm of interpersonal relationships, Stoicism's principle of detachment comes into play. Detachment in this context doesn't mean indifference or aloofness. Rather, it's about developing an inner tranquility and acceptance of whatever the outcome might be. It's about not letting our happiness be dictated by others' actions, or lack thereof. In the arena of attraction, this means not being overly concerned with whether someone is interested in us or not. It's about understanding that their interest, or lack thereof, is outside of our control. What we can control, however, is how we react to it. Do we become desperate and clingy, or do we maintain our composure and self-respect? Stoicism advises the latter. By cultivating a sense of detachment, we can approach relationships with a calm and balanced mind. We can accept the reality that not everyone will be attracted to us, and that's perfectly okay. We can free ourselves from the shackles of desperation and neediness, and instead focus on self-improvement and personal growth. By embracing the principles of Stoicism, we can become more attractive, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. We become more attractive because we exude confidence, self-assuredness, and an inner peace that is irresistible. Now, the question is, how can you apply Stoicism to become more attractive? Ironically, the secret to becoming more attractive is not chasing, but ignoring. Let's dive into the psychological principle of scarcity and how it plays a pivotal role in attraction. To begin, imagine a scenario where you have an abundance of something, let's say apples. Over time, you begin to lose interest in apples because they are always readily available. Now imagine if those apples suddenly became scarce. Their value in your eyes would increase, wouldn't it? This is the principle of scarcity. When we perceive something as scarce, it becomes more valuable to us. This principle applies to human interactions as well. When someone is always available, we may take them for granted. But when they become less available, we begin to perceive them as more valuable. Ignoring someone in this context doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It's about not being overly available or eager. It's about maintaining a sense of mystery and letting the other person wonder about you. Ignoring someone can make you seem more desirable as it creates a sense of scarcity. Imagine being at a party and there's someone who's trying to get everyone's attention. They're loud, they're always there, and they're trying too hard. Now imagine someone else who's quietly confident, not seeking attention, but still radiates an aura of intrigue. Who seems more attractive? This is the power of ignoring. It's not about playing hard to get, but about being hard to forget. It's about creating an aura of intrigue and desirability around you. However, it's important to note that this isn't about playing games or manipulation. It's about understanding human psychology and using it to your advantage, but in a respectful and ethical way. It's about respecting your own time, your own space, and your own worth. So, the next time you find yourself chasing someone, remember the power of ignoring. And remember, it's not about playing games, it's about creating a sense of value and desirability. But remember, this isn't about playing games or manipulation. It's about respecting yourself and your worth. So, how does one practice the art of ignoring, you may ask? It's not about turning a cold shoulder, nor is it about feigning indifference. The art of ignoring is a strategic process of redirecting your energy where it matters most, towards you. Let's break down this journey into a few practical steps. First step, acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to admit that you are affected by someone's presence or lack thereof in your life. Acceptance is the key to freeing yourself from the chains of yearning. Second step, understand your worth. You are not defined by another person's perception of you. Your worth is intrinsic, and it is high time you recognize that. Third step, set boundaries. It's essential to establish what you will and will not tolerate. This is a crucial step in asserting your self-worth and maintaining your mental health. Fourth step, prioritize self-care. This might mean taking time each day to meditate, to exercise, or to immerse yourself in a hobby you love. Self-care is not selfish, it's self-preservation. Fifth step, invest in personal growth. Use the energy you once directed towards others to improve yourself. Learn a new skill, read that book you've been putting off, or start that project you've always dreamt of. Sixth step, practice patience. Change is not immediate, and neither is the art of ignoring. It's a process that requires time and patience. Remember, the goal is not to become indifferent, but rather to become self-reliant, to stop seeking validation from others and start finding it within yourself. This process is not easy. It's not meant to be, but it's a journey worth embarking on, a journey towards self-love and self-improvement. It's a journey that will help you understand yourself better and, in turn, make you more appealing to others. By focusing on yourself, you not only become more attractive, but you also build a life that others want to be a part of. In the end, the Stoic path to attraction is about self-respect, self-improvement, and detachment. This is the essence of what we've been discussing. It's about being at peace with yourself, understanding your worth, and not allowing others to dictate your value. Let's take a quick recap. We started by talking about the illusion of desperation, how it can create a cycle of negative behavior and unfulfilling relationships. We then moved on to discuss Stoicism and its core principle of detachment, which can help us break free from this cycle. We delved into the power of ignoring, not as a means to manipulate others, but as a tool for self-improvement and self-awareness. We then provided some practical steps to help you incorporate these principles into your everyday life. But remember, this isn't about playing games or trying to control others. It's about cultivating a healthier mindset and stronger self-esteem. It's about attracting the right people into your life by being the best version of yourself. When you value yourself and respect your own time and energy, others will naturally be drawn to you. This is the law of attraction at its finest. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. In relationships, this means focusing on ourselves, our actions, and our reactions. We can't control how others feel or behave, but we can control how we respond to them. By taking a step back, we can see things more clearly. We can recognize toxic patterns and make the conscious decision to break free from them. We can choose to invest our time and energy into people who value and respect us rather than chasing after those who don't. This Stoic path to attraction isn't about being cold or distant. It's about setting healthy boundaries, building self-esteem, and cultivating a mindset of self-improvement. It's about becoming the kind of person you would want to be with. By embracing Stoicism, you stop chasing the wrong people and start attracting the right ones. You become a magnet, not a chaser.